So I'm going to say, everyone, put your hand up right now, please. You can take your hand down if you're younger. Not yet. Wait for it. Take your hand down if you're younger than 70. Take your hand down if you're younger than 80. Take your hand down if you're younger than 90. Okay, so everybody here, they're older than 90. Is that right? Sorry, older than 90. Good. And there's a good number of you. So there's many more of you here out of the group than you would expect there to be on average. And that's good. Everybody, as they get older, here's a comforting thought, everybody, as they get older, is more likely to die. But not everybody of the same age has the same risk of dying. Some people are fit and some people are frail. And I'm interested to know why that is. So, yeah, it's a very cheery idea. So I'm very interested to know why this, because as a doctor, when I'm looking after someone, it's important for me to understand how fit or frail they were before they got sick. Because every person, when they get sick, they're never at their best. So it's important for me to understand what are they like when they're at their best, which for most people is what are they like 2 weeks before they got sick. So we spent a lot of time trying to figure out the best way to measure that. And one person who really needs to know that much more than most people is this young man with me today. His name is Judah Goldstein. And he did a PhD on assessing fitness and frailty of people when they call 999. So Judah is also a paramedic. So it's very important to him when he goes out there to get some way to understand how fit or frail someone is. It's not enough to know that they're old. You need to know, are they a fit or a frail older person? And so he's going to talk to you about some of the work that he has done. And while he's talking to you, I'm going to hand out some pictorial questionnaires that we're going to get you to fill in a few minutes.
So as a paramedic, I was interested in how we could move some of Dr. Rockwood's frailty measures into the pre-hospital or community setting. Because from my perspective, I don't think we do a great job of assessing function, how well people are able to get around at home, and some of those other things that are important once they become sick, and especially important once you try to determine goals of getting better. So I was interested in how we could move that into practice. So the first approach we took is we developed a survey that's based on this assessment that they do in hospital, and we gave that survey to family members as people were coming into the emergency department. I guess it's the accident and emergency department here. So that seemed to work out well, but it still took about 15 to 20 minutes to complete, and some emergency professionals feel like they don't have time in the emergency department, even though we actually do spend quite a bit of time there. So, the time and the barriers to completing these types of tools seems to be a barrier. So the next step that we've tried to take is to create a tool that's just based on pictures, which we hope people can fill out fairly quickly and get an idea of someone's overall state of health. So today we wanted to get your feedback on whether the pictures make sense. We haven't really tried it in clinical practice yet. We just want to get feedback from different groups. We're trying this with a number of groups in Nova Scotia and Canada. And we'd love to get your feedback on the tool here today. So I guess over the next 20 minutes or so, we want to go through that tool and see what you guys think of it, really. What we do is there's a column. They're arranged vertically. So you put a tick on where you think you might fit on a usual day. So some days you might be able to do things above where you ticked, but we want to know on most days where do you think you would fit. So you just pick one box in the column, and the tool is designed so that you think you might not be able to do the things above that tick, but probably do everything below the tick. So we want to see if that makes sense to you, if the pictures make sense. So the pictures might not make sense at all. It was developed by a group of researchers in Halifax and based on some other assessment tools. So we really don't know if the pictures will work for everyone. So we'd like to get you to tick off the picture that you think fits. And then if you have any comments about the pictures, feel free to write along the margins and give us your comments as well about the tools.
So I want everyone to start looking at the eyes and the ears. Table coaches, eyes and ears.
Excellent question. The question is, do genes play a role in life expectancy? And the answer is, yes, they do, but not that much. So I always say to people that one of the things that if you want to have a long life, it's important to choose your parents wisely. But after that, and that only accounts for about 25% of it, most of it is down to how you live your life. And the best way is to do what your mother told you. Do things in moderation and exercise. Everything in moderation. Now, when I come back again and talk, we'll put aside more time for questions. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thanks.